What is up guys, Rampanel1 here and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 63. In this episode we are once again on DevPRO and we are covering more cards in the Number Hunters set pack, whatever you want to call it. In this episode we are covering two cards, a normal XYZ monster and a Chaos XYZ monster that works with the original XYZ monster that we are covering here today. And those cards are Norito, the Moral Leader, and CXYZ, Simon the Great Moral Leader. Okay, let's start off with our first one. Norito the Moral Leader. I don't think it's pronounced Naruto, but it looks like Naruto, and we all know what Naruto is. Anyway, the Moral Leader. It's a light attribute spellcaster, level 6, or rank 6 even, 2700 attack, 2000 defense, so it's quite bulky in that aspect. Spellcaster, I think I already said that, and its effect is once per turn during either player's turn when your opponent activates a spell or trap, you can detach one XY material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Now, this is actually a very good XYZ monster, one of the best, and probably the best rank 6, but there's a catch. This card can only be summoned with 2 level 6 spellcaster type monsters, and this really brings the quality of the card down because there are only certain decks that can actually summon this card. It's very disappointing considering how good it is. I look at cards like these and I look at other cards that aren't limited to certain archetypes, what I think should be limited to certain archetypes, for the reason that if they weren't limited or they were limited to certain archetypes, they'd be too overpowered or underpowered and whatnot. And I just think this Moral Leader card is it's going to be very underused, and I just don't feel it needs to be attached just to spellcast. And I feel if all level 6 monsters could use it, then it would be much better, because a lot more decks would run it, a lot more decks would be looking to get some level 6s in, so they could have this card that negates spell and traps at a drop of the dime, you know, that sort of thing. So I really think this card is going to be wasted just attached to the spellcasters. I'm quite disappointed in that. And then we move on to our Chaos XYZ, CXYZ Simon the Great Moral Leader. This is a light spellcaster XYZ rank 7, 3000 attack, 2500 defense, and it requires 3 level 7 monsters, and its effect reads: this card is unaffected by other monsters' effect. If this card has Norito the Moral Leader as an XYZ material, it gains the following effect. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. Then target one monster your opponent controls, change its battle position, and if you do, negate its effects until the end of the turn. In my opinion, nothing special here, if I'm completely honest. If I was running a spellcaster deck, this wouldn't be a card I put in. I wouldn't waste my time with it, because the original version of it, Norito the Moral Lord, is just, or the Moral Leader, sorry, it's just a much better card. This spell and trap thing is much more beneficial nowadays than the effect monster thing. Not a lot of effect monsters are really going to come into play and counter it. I mean, maybe if you could get 2 Naruto the Moral Leaders out and then have one of them become Simon the Great Moral Leader, then I could see it possibly being viable. Or maybe when the Moral Leader Naruto runs out of materials, this could be a viable card to put in its place. But nah, I just don't see this card being played a lot with Naruto the Moral Leader. I just see that becoming its own thing whenever it can be played in spellcaster decks. Overall, I can't help but feel really disappointed in these cards. I think Norito the Moral Leader would be a hell of a lot more viable if it was just a straight out normal rank 6. I mean, rank 6 aren't that common anyway. Why would you then limit it to spellcasters? I just don't get that at all. And then the Chaos XYZ I just think is pretty useless compared to the normal XYZ. And that's what a lot of these Chaos XYZs are starting to do. It's a big mistake. I mean, they're taking the normal XYZ they have, and it's meant to upgrade it, it's meant to make it better, but all I see them doing is making it worse, you know? So to conclude, I am a bit disappointed in these cards, but I want to know what you guys think. In the comment section down below, what do you think of both of these cards? That's Naruto the Moral Leader and CXYZ Simon, the great moral leader. What do you think of them? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a like, rate, and subscribe for more videos. Again, guys, this is Round Panel 1, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.